ladies and gentlemen, today we're taking a look at a very interesting watch. This is going to be a new release from CIGA. I have reviewed a few of their watches in the past, and this one just seemed quite interesting. Obviously, it's based around the black hole. As you can see here, it kind of looks like the black hole when you're going in, looking at this watch or through this watch. It's completely clear with an exhibition case back. I thought it was a pretty interesting release. This is the U series from CIGA. And it has a lot of interesting components and some pretty cool packaging as well. Obviously, it's an automatic timepiece, you can see from the seconds hand sweeping down there right now at the 7. First let's take a look at what's on my wrist. I'll show you the packaging and I'll give you my thoughts on this watch. Now, it does come in this very nice kind of booklet as usual with CIGA. As you can see here, you open it up and you get a whole little thing on the black hole. 2019, the Event Horizon released the first black hole image in human history, so I guess they're kind of doing this watch to kind of celebrate that, as you can see. And then over here you get this card, and then your watch comes in there with some basic specifications and such. And as you can see, it matches up just like the watch. I thought that was pretty cool. And you get a nice picture of the watch here. Yeah, just an all-around cool packaging as usual from CIGA. On my wrist today is the Hamilton Khaki Field Mechanical. I recently did add the bracelet to this watch, which was kind of expensive at like 120 bucks. But it definitely makes the watch, kind of look more together. It definitely is a good everyday watch, and just the thinness of this thing is crazy. And of course, you get a female end link that bends over it very nicely as well. But yeah, I've been wearing this a lot. Of course, we do get we don't get a milled clasp, but I think the bracelet's pretty decent other than that. Anyway, guys, let's get right back to the CIGA. Now, there will be a few different variations of this actual watch. This is the blacked out version. There is a solid stainless steel version as well. I will drop a link to their website down in the description below. We're looking at basically a solid 316L stainless steel case with a black PVD coating, as you can see here. Very circular case. There are no crown guards or anything like that. Looking at 46 millimeters across, which is really not that bad. Wears pretty nice on my 6.5 inch wrist. In terms of case thickness, we're looking at 13.7 millimeters. We actually get a little jewel inside of the crown, which I thought was quite interesting. It is a pull and push crown with 50 meters of water resistance. We get a sapphire crystal on the front, pair of 22 millimeter lugs. We also do get a sandblasted, basically the undercarriage of the watch is sandblasted very nicely, as you can see here, exhibition case back, and a very interesting movement that I haven't really seen before. Look at the size of that rotor. We'll get into that in a little bit. But anyway, as you can see, it's a very interesting dial. We have our typical two hands which come out of the black hole, as you can see there. And there is a little loom on the end. They're actually bent a little upwards, which kind of go around the dial there. We get a smooth second white seconds hand. And just very interesting, quite interesting. And on the outside of the watch, you can see 0 through 24, which is quite interesting. I guess you can keep a second time zone if you really wanted to, or you can just add it to that. But anyway, we get the sapphire on the front. On the back is a mineral crystal. And getting to the movement in this watch, it is the Seiko NH05, which is a Japanese movement. Most of you guys are familiar with the NH35. This is the NH05. This one actually doesn't have hacking. It has a date, but it's not used in this watch as well. It basically has 21 joules, just like the NH35. Has about a 40-hour power reserve, the same as the NH35. Beats at 3 Hz or 21,600 oscillations per hour. And they're within minus 35 to plus 35, but it's always better than that. That's just the standard, what Seiko says. But anyway, take a look at the actual watch. The actual winding of the movement is very, very smooth. You do get some nice grip on this jeweled crown here with an orange jewel inside of it. And as you can see, it's very smooth, very easy to wind. And then you pull out one position, we get a ghost date, and the final position, which would be the hacking on the NH35, but there's no hacking on this watch. And you can adjust the time here. Very cool. And the hands kind of come out of the black hole. So let me set it to 10. Push that back down, and you're all ready to go. Now this black area is printed on with CIGA design. and the signature of the designer. They have won a lot of awards in design, CIGA, and they do mention that on their packaging as well. The band itself comes with a brushed buckle here, which is kind of reminiscent of like an AP buckle in my opinion. It is a genuine rubber band, so it's very nice, doesn't attract lint or anything like that. It is fixed with quick release as well, so you can always change straps if you want to. Now looking at this movement, it's much smaller, it seems, than the rotor at least, than the NH35. And I'm getting you a little closer. You can see the NH05, 21 joules. You know, not an amazing movement to look at, but I think it's pretty cool, the size of the movement in proportion to the case. How it looks kind of fits in there. I think maybe that was one of the main reasons they did. And obviously they had to make the case clear for that black hole kind of theme going on here. There's some words around the back. I can't really read it right now. Mechanical by Benji. Sorry about that. But there is smaller lettering, as you can see here. All stainless steel, water resistant. 3 ATMs. Sorry, this is 3 ATMs, sapphire crystal. But the actual finishing on the actual case back, where it's sandblasted, is very smooth and very nice. There are no sharp edges. The strap fits perfectly into place there as well. In terms of lume, obviously this is not going to be a lume monster. This is more of a kind of, I don't know what you'd call this watch. More of an, you know, kind of interesting watch. Something you wear once in a while, once a week. But definitely can go with office attire or sports attire as well. There's a little lume on the tips of the hands, and that's about it. So really not a lume monster. So I'm not really going to give you a huge lume shot here. But let me throw it on my 6.5 inch wrist. I'll show you exactly how she looks, and I'll give you my thoughts. On my 6.5 inch wrist, it's 46 diameter, but it's a circular case, so it fits really nice across. And basically those are the lugs, and they're basically non-existent. So it fits really nice. As you can see, you can read this watch at all different types of angles due to that circular case and the circular, the way they kind of inlaid the dial here, or the outside of the dial, it kind of goes downwards like a cone shape. And you can kind of read the time at all different angles, and you can actually see my wrist through the watch, which is pretty cool. But nonetheless, the strap is definitely comfortable. I would definitely keep it on this band. But yeah, just an interesting, very interesting watch, but definitely comfortable on the wrist. From a side view, doesn't really wear too high as well. Yeah, pretty crazy watch. Now obviously this watch is not going to be for everybody. I know that already going into this review. But if you're looking for something very interesting in your collection, something that, you know, is going to start a conversation. Obviously there's no other watch in the world that looks like this. It's very interesting if you're into space and space exploration and black holes and stuff like that. Maybe this is something for you. But I think it's a very well-made watch. Their watches are always very well-made. It has a decent movement, the NH05, although I would have liked to see hacking and maybe remove the date wheel on the watch. Perhaps they will be doing that in the future. Anyway, this watch will be released pretty soon, so I'll definitely drop some links in the description below so you can check out their website and stay tuned. They have a whole bunch of array of different interesting watches. Their designs are very interesting, and they're always very well made. It seems they're producing these at a very large scale, so the watches are very good quality, and the prices are not that bad either. I think the case back looks pretty cool. Like I said, I really love the little rotor on the Seiko NH05. I think that's really interesting. And like I said, I've never seen this movement in hand before, so it was definitely an experience to, you know, actually take a look at it in person. But anyway, I think it's an interesting watch if you're into this type of stuff. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below as usual. This is Watch Addiction Watch Reviews with the new U series from CIGA Design. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.